Bueno, hola a
Okay.
todos, gracias por estar acá. Es una increíble oportunidad. Steve, bienvenido. Alex, gracias. Quisiera
Hi.
pues poder hablarles sobre la banda y sobre el tema específico de los estados de emociones, porque siempre hay un tema de emoción muy particular que es sobre el liberar la energía del cuerpo y lo que algunos posts que han realizado pues me parece interesante, cómo su música ha influido en su estilo de vida, en su actitud, de todo.
I know John said a lot of things, but I will sum it up in a very
Okay.
simple question. How the music that you created has influenced in your life, in your emotions, in you day by day?
With this project in particular, we have kind of a little bit of a unique story. So I'll try and keep it brief. But the way we got introduced to Alex, who was the final piece of the puzzle in this band, it was our original guitar player, Mark, myself, Anthony, our bass player, and Tommy, the keyboard player. And we kind of had a project going, and we did a one-off gig, and we were like, all right, we wanted to further pursue and do some more work. And Mark was the one who had the contact. He was doing songwriting with Alex, and he brought her into the project, and she came down, and, this is kind of how the band started. And we had like it wasn't an audition, but we wanted to see what, her in person, and obviously, and hear what she sounded like. And she came down to my house, and we were rehearsing there. And literally, like after two songs, I'm sitting there like, and I'm drumming away, and I'm going like, "What rock has this woman or this singer is? Where has she been hiding? I mean, she's fantastic." And I just, I know all the singers in this area, all the musicians, everybody, and it's like, wow. And Alex will go into the story and tell you, but she was from a different world, kind of. So we find her, and we go on, and the band does a handful of shows, and we were doing, cover material because we didn't have anything, we didn't know where the project was going to go. So it started out really as a cover project, doing cover material. And we did 3 shows. And I can remember people coming up to us at the shows, like, that have seen us a lot of times, and they would come up and they'd say, "I've seen you guys play with a lot of different things, but there's something special about this band. There's something very different about it." And other people that didn't know the band and were just going like, "What are you playing here? You guys should be in the arena. You should be at the theater. You should be." And I looked at Mark, and I looked at the other guys in the band, and I next band meeting, and I said, "Guys, we're not continuing doing covers. We have to come out, and we have to start writing our own material." So fast forward, it doesn't happen overnight, and we start writing our own material and start recording and doing it. And during this process, Mark hit our guitar player, who was a legendary. We'll get into him more in detail later, but Mark got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and that was February of last year. So we go on, and we're writing, and in July we went in and did our first recording. So we're writing and writing and writing and rehearsing, and we're still doing gigs where we're doing the cover stuff to get out, and we're building our fan base, and people are just gaga over the band. So to get to your point, to answer your question, so the original material with Mark just came in and really came in here because in October, like Mark, obviously got really sick, and so it kind of, we had to get a fill-in guitar player, and we knew Mark physically, he was going through chemotherapy, and in October he passed away. So some of those songs are so entrenched in our hearts that still we play this song. We just did a gig 2 days ago, and when we play some of those songs, Alex will look at me, or we'll look at each other, and or Anthony, or anybody in the band, and Mark is with us because he had a big part in that original batch of songs. So it's with us every day.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, I will sign on to every word that Steve said. But yeah, it's sort of stars aligned in my life, in our lives, I would say, because I came from a very different scene. I used to work in Russian and Ukrainian clubs, and I'm Ukrainian and born, but I've been here for 30 years, and I did more wedding stuff, club things, more popular music, but I always loved rock and roll, and I always enjoyed it. And then I met Mark, the one we're talking about, and he sort of brought me in, and he helped me open up this talent, and he helped me sort of discover all this love for rock, and the way how it really goes together with my personality and my voice. And I found myself in it, and he helped me along the way. And then him and I started writing music, and we basically took our, I wrote the first single we released. That was my personal situation. I took that from my personal life. I was going through a breakup. That song is about that the song is called Same Lover. So, the inspiration that we find is from life, from life situations, and from the things that we go through as people and the emotions we experience. The first one was about, a bad love story. And then the next one is about a good love story, how things change. And then there's one more that we're going to release next month. It's called Daydream. And that song is about music and how music helps you get through the day and get through your life, and helps you find a positive. And that song was written by Mark. And that's, so you find your inspiration in everyday life and in everyday situations and things that help you live and move on, and whatever makes you,
Thank you for opening your hearts and tell about Mark and that both beautiful answers. John, I promise to translate everything to John. John, es una historia conmovedora, pero sigues tú.
Claro.
Gracias.
No, de nada.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome.
Hay un tema muy importante y es sobre el tema de todo mi amor. Es algo muy característico. Es algo que uno cuando la escucha trata como de sentirse muy bien, subir el estado de ánimo, pero también es algo muy destacado porque yo lo veo como un tema original, un soundtrack para una serie. Una serie puede ser de superhéroe o una serie de pronto que tenga que ver con algo característico referente a la vida, todo eso. Entonces quisiera preguntarles si van a implementar este tipo de estilos y también cuál es una anécdota importante sobre realizar este tema, que es uno muy bueno. Exacto, All My Love.
Okay. About the song All My Love, do you feel, or in fact, we ask you as journalists, there are plans to implement that song or calls or anything about listening to your song in series, maybe in superheroes? And yes, we got, Alex, that the amazing Kirill was here, maybe in a series in which he participated or something. The question is, that song is really good. You got really good songs. There are any calls to implement your songs in any other project like movies, series? And a big hi to Kirill, man. He's a big friend of the channel.
I was just going to say, if you're asking, do we have plans to get it into movies or anything? That's really, we don't have like the songs, obviously we have it copyrighted and published, but that's really a publishing deal. Or if somebody who is shooting a film or is producing a film and they want to seek out and they want to license the song for a film, obviously that would go through ASCAP or BMI, the publisher, and they agree on a fee and they would be able to use the song in it. I mean, as of now, nobody's approached us, and that's normally somebody approaches you, but we don't have anybody that we're actively, like say a management person that is trying to place it in a film as of yet. So right now, no, we're not. We haven't, shopped it to a publisher to put it in a movie.
But we're absolutely open to it, and if you guys are interested, we could definitely, you could speak to Steve about it, because he is our manager and our band leader, and he is the one that you would definitely speak to about that.
We know that this channel is growing, so if anybody, any producer, because we had interviewed a lot of people, Please call the band. We need their songs in movies, in series. Please go ahead. Because
All right,
in
Yeah,
fact, I was
contact
going
us, and we would love to. We would love to have one of our songs in one of the films or productions down there.
absolutely. Yes. And we could send you new songs that we're going to be releasing next couple of months. We have 2 new singles coming out. So absolutely. We could give you an early release listen to them if you're interested. Absolutely.
wow. John, puede que nos envíen sus nuevos sencillos. Véanlos.
Excelente, pero ¿sabe cuál sería bueno? Que ellos alguna vez cantaran esto en vivo en WrestleMania, lo de la lucha libre. Eso sería muy buen espacio. ¿Qué opinan ustedes?
John is a big fan of wrestling, so he said that it would be great to perform live in a show. And in fact, John, ¿tienes una pregunta?
No, hazla.
There is like, because you said at the beginning, man, that people was approaching that, man, you need arenas, you need big shows. There's like a dream, I don't know, festival, a dream venue that you wanna play, or any surprise that you get us about shows?
Any particular like theaters or arenas or places to play in your country or
No,
anywhere?
if you wanna come to our country, there is a bit. There are great festivals like Stereo
Oh,
Picnic,
we'd love
Roller
to come to
Coaster.
your country.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What do you know? Yes, what do you know about the places here in Colombia? Tell us, please. We wanna know, what do you know about us?
I don't know about places. I just know about the country as a whole, how amazingly beautiful it is, and how amazing the people are, kind and wonderful. And I would love to come and just visit and see the beauty of it. Absolutely.
The music fans there are so passionate, and we thank
Yes.
them for listening to us and listening to our
Thank you.
music. We would love to come there and perform. Me and Anthony, the bass player, and he is actually now one of our main songwriters. We were in a project in the 80s
He's
called
the one that
Black.
wrote All My Love, by the way. Our bass player is the one who wrote All My Love.
So anyway, me and Anthony were in a project called Black Lace. Heavier style music. We had a female singer, but we did have a huge fan base that was down in South America and Europe, and we still get fan mail, and people write us, and they see us on YouTube or whatever, and they just re-released a couple of the CDs and albums that we did back in the 80s. But if a promoter was interested, they can contact me, and we can go through our booking agent to get down there and play some of the festivals or some of the theaters. We would love to do that.
Man, I'm more a metalhead, and I will search for that project because
you're gonna love it. If you're a metalhead, you're gonna love it.
Oh, you're gonna dig it. It's heavy.
If you can share it here, and John will send me the link. John,
yes, we will send you the link for sure.
Thank you, John.
Me and Anthony looked very different back then. Remember, it was the 80s.
I was. My mother and father were planning me in the 80s. John, I don't think he was on this plan, but yeah, I was born in 88, so yeah, I know that you look different in the 80s. Yeah. No, but I really love, and you're right, man, because I also collaborate with a rock media in Colombia. I don't know if you know it. It's Rocombia. Man, here the audience is raving about metal, about rock, and it's crazy because this is Colombia, vallenato, reggaeton, Shakira, but no, we love all kinds of music. Man. What bands do you love for your country or artists? Tell us, please, I want to know.
Oh, don't put me on the spot like that. I know Shakira. You know that.
She's big. She's huge.
Yes.
No, I love it.
If you could send me some Colombian rock bands, I would love to listen to them. But honestly, forgive my ignorance, I just don't know. But feel free to send me some. Love to listen to.
Any band or artists that you love from Colombia?
Or bands from Colombia?
Yes. Surprise.
I have to say, I can't name anybody in particular.
We should have done our homework. See, we didn't know.
any of the newer bands, no.
Yes. or all bands, or the older bands or artists?
Oh, metal bands. I mean, I love a ton of stuff. I mean, you know what? Going to old school stuff, you know. So we've opened up again back in the day. Twisted Sister, Anthrax. Both of them were from New York. You know, I played with Ace Frehley from Kiss, so we went out and toured and had many of these bands, you know, that we used to play for. And then, you know, I got the gig with Ace, and now all these bands are coming up, and we're playing all across the states. And like, you know, it was in the '90s, and like guys from Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains. I got to meet. I was pretty good friends with Dimebag from Pantera. All these bands worshipped Ace and Kiss, and I'm like, you know, and Ace is he's a good friend of mine, and we went out and rocked and had a great time and made great music together. But, you know, you're seeing these people come up and they're all going, you know, because Ace was the man, and he still is.
And from Colombia, Latin America, any artist or band? By the way,
Shakira. You
I
can't
don't
go
know
wrong
if
with
they're from
Shakira.
Colombia. One artist that I know, Rodrigo and Gabriela, I love what they do.
Mexico, yes.
I love what they do. I've seen them. A buddy of mine has sat in and played drums with them, and I just loved all the material they do. And obviously, again, they started out as like metalheads playing that, and they transformed it into the acoustic thing. But it's very cool.
Wow. And kudos and of course, that this interview being homage for the friend that created the band, but also for Dimebag, man. It's great to know that you share with him, and we miss those people, but we got the art for that people, man. No, you know that Pantera is international, man. Here in Colombia, they are huge. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jhon, creo que ahí oíste nombres.
Sí, increíble, no, bastante, muy significativo. Y también hay un tema que la verdad es muy fuerte, pero vale la pena recalcar, y es sobre la guerra entre, bueno, Rusia y Ucrania. Hay un tema que se llama No es mi guerra, es un tema bastante emotivo y en el que ellos tocan un tema bastante, pues, interesante, y es sobre el poder que la música pueda unirse entre ambas fronteras. Entonces quisiera preguntarle si en un futuro se puede considerar como como uno de los himnos de lo que está sucediendo o lo que va a pasar. Yo sé que más adelante eso va a calmarse en las aguas, como dicen, pero ¿qué opinas? Que si puede significar alguna vez este tema. Ya te lo pongo.
Okay, sorry for the way. I was waiting that Jhon share me the name of the song in English. We know that you got a thing that song that is very personal. It's called "Not Your War," and we don't want to talk about politics, but we cannot hide the reality now. It's happening in Europe. So, and Alex, in fact, when you were talking about your background both in Russia and Ukraine, I was surprised because I really love the music from both countries. I think art doesn't and politics is different, and you know that Colombia is also a country in war. So yeah, do you feel that this song can become later, I don't know if an anthem, but like a statement, and hopefully, please, no more war. Really, I'm so sad about the news. But, it's crazy, Alex. I got a friend, one of my, and in fact, I'm gonna send a hi. It's called Valentina Ortiz. His father is from our city, but his father is fighting right there, and he's from Colombia. Wow. I wanna share you that. Yeah.
Thank you.
No, thanks you. Tell us.
Thank you. Well, the song is, we covered it. The song was written by an amazing Ukrainian rock band to start with. And we're very proud to be able to do the cover. And we have got such amazing feedback. And they even came back and they praised it also. They really liked the way we did it. The song has certainly become an anthem at this point. It is known by everybody who speaks the language, everybody who has anything to do with the country, because the song speaks about what's happening, and it's very deep and very emotional and dramatic, and for sure, We started doing it as soon as the war started last February. I brought it into the band and I asked my boys to learn it, and they're all American. I'm the only one who's from Ukraine, obviously, and they right away they graciously said, "Of course, Alex, whatever you need." We learned it and we've been singing it in all our shows, and the feedback has been so tremendous. People come up to me, American people who don't speak Ukrainian, who don't even know exactly what I'm saying. When I sing it, they come up and they say, "You made me cry. I feel the pain. I feel that all you're going through while you're singing this song, and people really feel it." And to me, that's the biggest praise you could ever have, that you get emotions out. You get that emotion through to people and they understand what's happening, to the people of Ukraine, how hard it is, and pain. And we try to convey that, and all the proceeds that we get from the song go to help the people of Ukraine for sure.
I know it was tough, but no, thank you.
Thank you.
Hay un último para preguntarle si pueden de pronto cantar a la capela, pues All My Love, que es una de mis favoritas ya. Pero en Say Me Lord hay algo interesante, y es el que, como yo le digo, es un tema en el que más adelante va a dar mucho de qué hablar porque son nuevos ritmos. Entonces quisiera preguntarle sobre cuáles son esas nuevas, de pronto, recursos, nuevas técnicas que van a implementar para que de pronto gente como de todos los países puedan de pronto disfrutar la canción. ¿Qué tema tiene también de especial? Porque es bastante chévere.
This is a good question because we know that in this band there I know a lot of influences, musical influences, a lot of ages. We were talking with you, Steven, and of course, you mentioned the 80s, there is the heavy metal, hard rock. But if you mentioned the 90s, is more heavy stuff or alternative or grunge.
Right.
And Jhon was talking about the song Saint Lover. It's a tricky question, but I will do it. Do you want to keep implementing more influences, new sounds? Tell us more, because it's crazy, man. There's a lot of tastes, of ages here in this band. And you know that music's continue. With music is crazy, because you listen now songs that sounds like the 80s, sounds like the 90s, so like new things,
I think really with the songwriting now, because again, we've had the big change with Mark not being with us, between Anthony and Artie and Alex and myself, we're still finding like the one voice. I mean, so again, there are a lot of influences. The first batch of songs did have a different influence with Mark, who was a very talented, he was a genius guitar player, where a lot of jazz kind of influences, where he had just such a knowledge of chords and phrasings, and so his influence was a little bit different than what now, and that's not to say Artie doesn't have that capability of as a player on the guitar, but it's like when you start writing, it's organic, it's feel, you get in a room. Sometimes songs get written at a rehearsal. Sometimes Anthony will bring in a full song, or it's near full, and then we get it into rehearsal and start molding it, and we might change a middle part or change this. Let's put a stop here. Let's redo an intro. Every song is a little bit different, but the influences that we do bring in, I don't, because again, Same Lover has a little bit of a Latin feel, a little jazz feel, like a Steely Dan meets, like more with an edge, whereas All My Love is just a straight up rocker. It's a step more simplistic tune. So we are going to have different styles in it. So we don't have like one style yet. I can't say what influences. The guys just show up with a song and say, "Hey, I got this." We have a couple of new things we've been playing live. One of them is called Psychedelic Crush, that Anthony had written and we did it in a previous project, but it never got released. So we were like, this song fits the band. Alex loved it, loved the melody. changed around. Obviously, Alex is going to put her spin on it vocally and melody wise with the vocals. And then Alex, actually we brought in a song that a friend of ours wrote, Jesse Evans, called "To Be Loved." That's in there now. Killer song. We just played it twice. Just only played it the other night for the second time, and people just dig it. It's one of them songs you don't know it the first time you hear it. You're like, it's just driving. It's like it just gets the people going. So a lot of different influences. And then the next song we are going to release, so Alex tell you about, it's called Daydream, that Mark wrote and brought to the project. That's the next one, and it's pretty much done musically. We just have to get it mixed, and we just started the process.
Yeah, it's coming. We're gonna release it probably second week of June, no more than a month. And that's what I was saying earlier about inspirations. That song is written by Mark, and it's called Daydream, and it's about the love of music and about what music does to anybody. But as a musician, you feel that connection. You might feel down, but the music is what gets you out of that darkness, and the music is what helps you see the brighter day, and the music moves people, and that's what that song's about. And it's like a rock ballad type of thing. So it's a slower version, slower type of song rather. So very excited about it, and can't wait for you guys to hear it.
Yeah, so to me, when Mark brought that song in, it was a faster tempo. I don't know, it was a little more to me like, so I took it, and when I first get into, and it's just years of doing through my experience, I try and play as simple as possible on the first take, and then I just start adding a different rhythm, or I'll do patterns, or I'll add stuff to, but I want to just play it simple, get the rhythm, get the beat, get the accents locked in with my bass player. And when we first did it, Mark was very hands-on, and like, he'll either tell you right off the bat, and I always wanted, oh, Budge, I love what you're playing, or change this or do this. But right up front, that song got straightened out, because he had the song, Alex, what did he write it in, like 1983, 84?
Yeah, the song is 40 years old, but it was sitting. It was sitting. There are songs that they're like good wine. They just sit there and wait for their time, and they get better with age. And he brought it out. It was like probably a year before he passed. And he said, Alex, this song was sitting and waiting, and you're the singer that I want to do this song. This song is my baby, sort of. He's like, this song means the world to me, and I want you to sing it. That was such an honor for me. And the song is pretty much ready, and we're gonna, like I said, release it very, very soon. I'm so psyched about it, and I can't wait till everybody to hear it. We're doing it at our shows. We could send you some live videos from the shows with it if you like.
Please, for adding to the interview, I got a question, because you get me curious, man. You told me that Mark was on like big projects or something. Can you tell us more about the artists, the bands that he played? Because you get me with that curiosity. You told me that he, of course, we know that he's so talented, and we want that this episode is a homage to him. But tell me more, and tell the thing that you wanna tell now. Sorry, man.
So different projects.
Yeah, tell him about Mark, and tell him about Mark, and send them like links about him so they would understand. Because we keep talking about him, I know, but he was truly a great man. And Budgie, tell him about who he played with.
He is. I had the honor of playing with him for the past 30 plus years in different projects. But Mark was in a legendary New York area band. They never made it to the national level, let's say, or the worldwide level, and they were called Rat Race Choir. So if anybody who's listening to this wants to hear what Mark was doing, I mean, those guys would play. They had a ton of original material, but again, they started out in that time making a ton of money doing cover shows. That's what they did, but they would do everything from like the band, progressive, like UK, Jethro Tull, Zeppelin. Moody Blues. They would do it note for note, like as good as the bands that did the songs. I mean, you were going to see them, and you were like, I can't believe this is a band playing in this local, but they would have 2,000 people a night in the late 70s, early 80s. New York had clubs, not even theaters
Tell us
or
who
arenas.
else Mark played with, who Mark sessioned with. That's what I was trying to get to.
The list is ended, but I mean that was his project. But obviously, I always have to say he got called in to do a session, and he walked into the session, and it was John Bonham on drums from Led Zeppelin. He gets in. It was for Atlantic Records, and it was a female singer called Maggie Bell. In walks Jimmy Page, and they sat in, and Mark did a session with a couple of the guys from Zeppelin there. He worked with John Entwistle from The Who, Robin Zander from Cheap Trick, Mark Farner from Grand Funk, Brian
Steve
Johnson,
Stevens?
and Cliff from AC/DC. Well, when Mark passed, Mark was so above all the other guitar players in New York that Steve Stevens, Joe Satriani, those were guys from Long Island, and they would go see this band Rat Race Choir, and they would go, they all left their memorials to Mark when he passed away, saying like, that was the guy. When I first started playing, I walked in that club and I saw this guy and I was like, who the hell is this? How is he doing that? And they became fast friends, and they loved Mark and respected Mark, and said that, Mark was a big early influence. Scotty Hill from Skid Row. All of them wrote things about Mark when he passed, and so what a big influence he was on them as guitar players.
I will not only listen to your new songs, I will listen to that New York band, and I will listen to Black Lace. I need it. I love music, and
we will send you all those links. Absolutely.
Yes, I love music, man, and thank you for telling me that. Wow, that's great history, man. But you as a fan, and oh my God, I really need to translate a lot. But John, les pido el favor.
Sí, claro.
¿Cuánto queda tiempo?
Quedan 6 minutos y 30.
¿Un pedacito en acapela?
Sí, un pedacito, sí.
Okay, John, ask me a favor and ask you a favor. Alex, can you give us a little bit of acapella? We got 6 minutes.
All my love.
All my love? No.
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't ready to sing today, but okay, I could. Sure. Okay.
You need some rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All my love and all my days, all my love is what I want to give to you. All my love and all my days, all my love is what I want to give to you.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Bravo.
Was that okay? Well, thank you.
Like we say in Colombia, sí, and a lot of cursi.
All right. Yeah.
Increíble, ambos, redes sociales. Un saludo para Colombia, por favor.
Gracias. I know what you said. You said a good voice. I appreciate that. Gracias.
Yes. Bonita voz.
Thank you. Bonita.
The camera is yours. Wherever, say social media so people can follow the band, send a big hi, tell whatever you want. The camera is from both of you.
Well, just want to put it out there. If anybody's interested, we are Alex, Nikki, and Jokerz Wild. You could find us on all the social media and follow us YouTube channel. We release new music every couple of months. We are an original band based in New York, and we love you all, and we hope to see Colombia very soon.
Anything you want to add, Steve, or we take the picture?
No, I second everything Alex said. We are an original band from New York, and we just keep writing and releasing material, and we would love to come down to Colombia and all over South America and play for you guys and rock with you.
Thank you so much. Thank you
so much for having us. Really appreciate it.
Oh, it's an honor. John,
if you're gonna edit out, so I would say to you guys, business wise, I mean, if you guys are in contact or booking agents that are down there, and you want to put them in touch with me, through the thread we have, you can talk to me and I'll turn them over to our booking agent, and we can see if we could possibly put some dates together.
John,
Obviously, whether it's headlining, even if it's opening for a band that's, drawing people there and we could promote and do it. So I know it's getting ahead of it, but we would love to come down and play for you guys.
Absolutely. It would be tremendous.
I will tell that to Jhon. Jhon, haz magia porque ellos quieren tocar acá. No sé, compártele esto a Raimundo y todo el mundo.
Excelente, no, papá,
Haz tu magia.
Wait till you hear Alex sing live. You guys will be blown. The band is great. With Alex up front, Alex is like just up front. It's just another dimension. And she's a passionate singer, great singer, and a great performer. And the band just does its job behind her and pushes her to sing as good as she does. So
you'll
be very happy to see the band live.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Go with.
Thank you.
Gracias.
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 Gracias a Kirill también.
Yes,
Thank
Kirill,
you so much.
And a shout out to Kirill.
Metal.
Yes, shout out to Kirill, always.
Bye bye.
You again. Have a great night.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Have a great night. All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
You too.